This country is an absolute joke. I'm recording this Monday morning, 12th of October, and there's been chatter for the last few weeks that there's going to be a secondary lockdown here in the UK. For those who don't know, I'm from a place called Liverpool in the UK, and the weather is absolutely depressing right now. Get me away to Dubai because I need a holiday. But this country is an absolute joke. So what we're looking at right now, the challenge that we're faced with, and the story, the chatter that's currently going on, and by the time I put this video out, the announcement's probably already been made. So I think Boris Johnson is talking today at 3 p.m. Or 6 p.m, something like that. To be honest, I don't even like following it because it's so depressing. And if you haven't guessed what I'm talking about yet, I don't even want to say the name of the virus because social media platforms don't like you saying it because it's a controversial subject, and how dare you have different beliefs than the rest of society. So I'm not even going to say the actual name of the virus. But this virus, oh my God, don't get me started. I was reading something last night that down south in the UK, there's places with higher infection rates than up here in Liverpool, yet they aren't being shut down. I don't know, man, I just feel like this is all politics. They're going to close the pub industry, the restaurant industry, or if not, they're restricting it. I know a lot of pub owners and restaurant owners would have rather had a sharp lockdown, and then that's it, then open it right back up and then go for the whole herd immunity thing where, just let everyone get it. My mum is the head paramedic in a really big hospital here in Liverpool. She's a manager, and she said that now people who have got the flu, the regular flu, and it's flu season because it's September, October, it's prime time for flu season. But now people who have got the flu are testing positive for scary virus. And listen, don't get me wrong, when it all first initially happened, it was a shock to everyone's immunity. It was new. It was a new virus from China, as Donald Trump says. So, it was obviously worse back then. Now that it's been around, we're hearing from all the nurses, the doctors, paramedics, all the experts, people who aren't afraid to speak out. Don't get me wrong, there's people losing their jobs over speaking out about this as well. But now we're hearing from all these professionals that the strain is weaker, the strain of virus is weaker. Now here's another problem as well. Here's many problems today. So not loads of problems, but look, I want you to be happy, okay? Stay positive. I'm just venting my frustrations here. I know I haven't uploaded in a while, but this is becoming a regular thing now. But for example, before there was tests, months and months ago, I know people in work, I've got friends, family, who definitely had it, 100% had it, but weren't able to get tested. Maybe the test weren't out then, or they just isolated for 14 days instead. But we know people who didn't get tested back then, months ago, when it was in its peak, when it was on the rise. So those people don't factor into the statistics back then. But now there's people who have got it, and rather than just isolating, no, don't do that. Let's just go and get tested, just to make the statistics blow up even more. If you know you've got it, just stay in your damn house and don't get tested, man. You know what I mean? If you're perfectly healthy, you've got no symptoms, you're fine, you just know someone who's got it and you've been in contact with that person, why are you going out and getting tested? I think I had it a few weeks ago. I think I did. I didn't go and get tested. I just stayed off work and stayed away from everyone. You know what I mean? But that's the problem now, is that back then when there was no tests, people who had it really, really bad as well before it was a weaker strain of virus, they didn't factor into the statistics. Now you've got people who have got it with no symptoms, who are completely fine, who are young, healthy, or even middle-aged and healthy, and they're going and getting tested and falsely inflating the statistics. Well, it's not even falsely inflating, of course, it's inflating the statistics, not falsely, but it's making it seem like there's this huge, gigantic second wave, and it's scary, the scary virus, oh my God, look at the spike. When in fact it's not. People are going and getting tested when they've got no symptoms. Whereas people who were really actually bad with it months and months and months and months ago weren't able to get tested. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I know I'm going in circles here, but damn. My issue, right, is I'm a small business owner. I've got multiple different businesses, okay? Also independent music artist as well. So I've got loads of little different things going on, all built by myself, okay? We employ people, well, we did employ people, which we had to put to an end at the end of the corona, at the end of the first wave, let's say. See what I mean? I've got a friggin' sense of myself. Let me just put this heating on a sec. Oh, it's just ridiculous right now. But yeah, I'm a business owner, and you know, my business needs to stay open. I'm not one of these massive corporations that gets crazy loans or anything like that. We had one loan. We used that to pay a bit of rent and some debt that we had from months prior. You know, we used that up. The economy is going to go to absolute shit. The economy is just going to be destroyed from this. How the hell? I mean, I just don't see how the hell we're going to come out of this personally. For at least a good few years, I'd say. So that's a problem. That's not even to mention mental health. People are going to be so affected by this. I'm one to, if you follow me on Instagram, which go and do, by the way, go and follow me on Instagram. I'll link it below in the description and in the comments. But I talk about this on my Instagram all the time. But we as men, right, okay, so I'm just addressing men here, but I know there's a few women who watch this channel and who follow me on Instagram and all that, so it still applies to you, but mainly men, because we have the highest suicide rate. You know, men spiking in depression. It's not good. We're lost. Us men are lost, okay? We need an animal to hunt. We need to be on a mission. We need a direction, a path, okay? And the problem with men these days is they don't have that, so they feel lost, and they're just living for the weekend and getting on it, and getting on drugs and drinking all the time because they just feel lost. Chasing that instant gratification. But now what you're finding, gyms are closed. So I'm a gym owner. Now the gyms are closing, we haven't got anywhere to go to vent our frustrations. We haven't got anywhere to go to let out that negative energy. But the amount of men who need and require the gym for their own mental, emotional stability is crazy. It's off the charts. You have got to be mad to think that this country is going to be completely fine. I'm quite an optimistic person, but I know from training dozens and dozens of men, hundreds, we've actually dealt with thousands of clients when you factor in me online training and the gym and all my one-on-one and my group training, my boot camps. Thousands, good couple thousands, and then between me and my business partner, good few thousand people. We know from training people that people have very negative, pessimistic mindsets. There's a lot of people out there who can't stay positive. I know ultimately I'll be fine and my business will be okay and I'll get through it, and then even if it all had to shut down, in the grand scheme of things, I'll be okay, you know what I mean? It'll be hard, of course, but it'll all be okay, right? But there's a lot of men out there, and women as well, who are going to struggle taking that perspective. And I'm not saying that to put myself on a pedestal above the rest, above anyone at all. It's just that I've had so many lows and came out of those lows to the point now where I'm confident in being able to pull myself up, pick myself up again. But there's so many men out there who struggle with the self-confidence and they don't have faith in themselves to be able to do that. So if you take away the gyms, the ability to train, the ability to exercise and get the endorphins flowing in the mind, give them an animal to hunt, something to chase, small goals to move towards, You take away the businesses. You take away the social aspect. Now they can't see the family. You can't see your friends. This generation of, whatever, millennials, whatever you want to call them, people like myself, 32 years, 35 years old, all the way down to teenagers, it's going to mess them up. They're sitting in all day, just on the phones, watching YouTube, like you doing now. But I just believe that it's time that we move the country forwards. And listen, I'm not a politician, of course. I'm not sitting there with the World Health Organization and health experts. But I think we're all fed up with this now. I think if we go on a second lockdown, which it's looking like might be the case, I think there's going to be a lot of people who rebel. And I just want to say to you, as a small business owner myself, as an entrepreneur myself, as a free thinker myself, it's fine if you have that mindset. If you have the mindset of fuck this government, and you stop listening to what people are saying and what other people's opinions are, and go off what you truly believe, as long as it's an educated opinion, and you have the mindset and the opinion of fuck this, I'm going to rebel, then you know what, I can't judge you on that, because I think a lot of us are feeling that way, to be honest. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I generally, I follow the main overarching rules, but I didn't get to where I am today by following the book perfectly, because the book puts you in a very limited box. But there comes a point now. What are you going to do if they start dishing out mandatory vaccines and you've got to do it? Does that mean the police are going to show up at your door if you don't do it? Or you get a fine or something? I'm not one of these anti-vaccine people either, like, the kids' vaccines. To be honest, I haven't looked into it enough. I probably need to look into it a little bit more. So I'm not an anti-vaccine guy. But this vaccine, if that gets forced on you, what are they going to do if people start refusing it? Because I'll probably refuse it. I'm not taking a vaccine. Like, why do we need one? You know what I mean? People, like, you got the flu vaccine, and people still get the flu. It doesn't stop you from getting the flu. Okay, it will reduce your chance, but the flu kills more people than ever. Than the current virus, the current scary virus. So the way I see it is they shut down our businesses. They shut down our ability to let off steam and keep our mental health right. They make loads of people redundant. Millions of people losing their jobs all over the world. People losing their minds. Divorces are through the roof. Domestic violence is through the roof. They force a vaccine onto you. They force you to stay in your house. What next? It's a little bit scary. It's uncertain, not scary. Uncertain times, you know what I mean? And look, I might put this out there. It might get 10 views. I don't know, it might get 1 million views, who knows? And it might all be false hype as well. So I might put this out and there was nothing to worry about. But I just know how many people out there who feel the same as me and who think the same as me. And when I was talking about this type of stuff initially at the very start, I was led to believe that I was an evil person. You know what I mean? It's just the same with everything though. It's the same with politics. If you think this way, when the majority think this way, you're an evil person. You know what I mean? But then you realise when you start talking about this stuff, there's loads of people who feel the same as you, okay? Don't be pressured into a certain way of thinking. Think for yourself. And we can all get through this together, guys. If you like this sort of content, I want you to comment below. Tell me what you think. I want you to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this chat. Give me a little follow on Instagram as well. Hey, give it a dislike if you want. I don't really care. This is me just venting. But I'll be getting back on the regular uploads. I've got a new YouTube channel starting with a business partner of mine. We've got a new fitness program starting. It was actually going to be starting before all this second wave crap was coming in. So that's the annoying thing as well, that we're going to be building a business potentially going into a second lockdown. But hey, that's where diamonds are made, innit? that's where the greatness is forged. Look, guys, stay positive, okay? You know, I just want you to know that there's other people out there like yourself who think like yourself, okay? So let's get through this, and I'll see you on the next video. Make sure you subscribe. See you later.